Hey, good evening, folks. It's Sunday evening, and I'm just sitting here. The Lord was giving me a word for a young lady I know, and I'll tell you, I think it might be a good word for just about anybody out there. Any of you ladies that are wondering where that man is, or if the man that you're with is the right guy. Ephesians says that your man is to be totally and completely sold out to Jesus. Submitted to God through Jesus Christ. And you are to be submitted to your husband. That doesn't mean he's your boss. It means that you're submitted to each other. Okay? But if you're dating a guy or you're dating a woman, and gentlemen, this is a key. First, she must be a godly woman, submitted and committed to God. And you must be submitted and committed to God. If you are not in a good place with God, you don't even need to be looking for a woman. You need to be focused on Jesus, and you learn how to control your life and to be a submitted man of God. And then, only then, can you even possibly be the man of God that woman needs. It says in Ephesians that you are to treat your wife as Jesus Christ treats the church. Now I want you to think about this. Jesus doesn't look at anybody else but his church as his bride. Now, he died for the world, okay? But he lives for his church. And every time he looks into the eyes of his bride, he falls in love with his bride again. My sir, gentlemen, men of God, when you look into that woman's eyes, if she is not the most beautiful, most fantastic, most awesome woman in the world, in your eyes, doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. And if she is not the only woman that can turn your head, then you need to back up. And you need to decide if that's the way you want to look at this woman. It's not a feeling. The feelings are good, but that choice must be made. And ladies, if that man of God, if that man is not a man of God, one that is totally and completely sold out to Jesus, and he's not just going to church so he can meet girls. A lot of men do that. They appear to be godly, and then when you get them home after that wedding ceremony, they turn into turds. Oops, I'm not supposed to use that word. Whatever. Pay attention. pray for godly discernment. And if that man can look at any other woman with any kind of sparkle in his eye, he ain't the man. Let me tell you something. I cannot tell you I've always been perfect. Boy, I can tell you I ain't. But my wife is the absolute, without a doubt, the only woman in this world for me. She is the most beautiful, most awesome creature God has ever created for me. And every time she walks in the room, I fall in love all over again. And I believe with all my heart that if that man you're dating doesn't feel the same way about you, and you don't know it, back up a minute. Step back. Don't be jumping in to something that may not be for you. He or she might be pretty, but I got news for you. Looks change. Okay? That beauty better be a whole lot more than their physical appearance. And I don't care if anybody else can see it but you. And the same thing goes vice versa, both ways. Young lady, there should be no one else on earth that turns your head but your man. Now, I don't care if that person is the ugliest duckling on earth. To you, that person should be the most beautiful person on earth. Without question. Without question, end of discussion. So, because that's the way Jesus looks at his bride. It really is. He's only got one church. And someone might say, well, what about the difference between the Jews and the church? He said they're both the same. Like it or not, he said they're both the same. He said they are one pastor and one shepherd. When it's all said and done, we will be one body. And understand this, it began with the Jews. It did not begin with us. But by his grace and mercy, we have become engrafted into his bride, his body. We're not separate. That's why all the people that come to know Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior are engrafted into being the bride. Anyway, that's my word for the week. God bless y'all. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.